So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to welcome you to yet another episode, or the second episode even, of our FIFA 2020 modded Arsenal career mode. You guys, I've got to say, absolutely smashed the support on the first episode. That is the most cliche YouTuber thing ever said, but it's actually like, oh, I was genuinely not expecting that much for a first episode, because, you know, career mode series, they've not been as, like, popular this year, because I guess the game mode hasn't changed all that much this year. But honestly, the support was mad, and like got onto the flipping trending page for gaming, and a massive thank you. So thank you guys massively for that. I've been able to get your feedback as well on players to bring in, players to sell, all that stuff as well. Won't be able to do that for the next couple of episodes because, as I explained last time, I'm going away. So as much as it would be very helpful for you to leave comments on players to sign, I won't be able to implement those changes maybe until the January transfer window. Nevertheless, if you missed the first episode, I would highly suggest going and checking it out. The link will be in the top right of the screen. But basically, we went through the first part of the transfer window and also played the first game of the season in the Premier League. We brought in a couple of players. William Saliba, who for some reason has gone down in an overall. I don't know. I didn't know that glitch was back, but we move. And then also Rodrigo Bentancur as well on loan. Now, the first issue, the first topic I asked for your help with was with this man, Alex Iwobi. The versatile Nigerian winger is 81 overall in the game, but that's not really what we were looking at last episode. It was more his valuation, which is absolutely astonishing. £45.5 million. His wages are also quite high. I posed the question to you guys last time, should we sell Alex Iwobi, cash in on that money and try and get someone in that's a little bit better? And you guys voted to say yes, we should try and sell Alex Iwobi. I do realize this is not the most realistic thing to do, and I do usually try and keep all my career mode sort of saves and series is very realistic, but I feel like this was just an anomaly. There's no way this man is worth that amount of money. I'm sorry to tell you. Now, the second decision came down to what wingers you think I should be bringing into the side, or singular actually in this case, theoretically. There were a couple of options. Wilfred Zaha here from Crystal Palace was one, obviously been heavily linked with Arsenal in real life, although Everton have lodged a bid recently. Suso was another one from AC Milan. We also had Nicolas Pepe. Because of that overall, because of how good he is, his valuation is significantly higher. I can tell you though, you guys did vote for Nicolas Pepe. The Lille winger was the one who came out on top. I think it was about 55% of you voting for him. Then it was Wilfred Zaha and then Suso. So we're going to try and sign Nicolas Pepe from the get-go. This would be a mega signing. If Arsenal signed Nicolas Pepe in real life, that would be mad. But so Lille's representative is here. We can see, oh, we actually got the new kits at the background. That's quite sick. But anyway, Nicolas Pepe, current value, £52 million. My chief exec has already told me we're going to have to pay more than that. So I think it'd be stupid to go in with £52 million because I don't want him to walk out the room. Do you know what I mean? They want 90.0, fam. To be fair, that would still leave us with a massive £76 million, even without selling Alex Iwobi. I'm not just going to bow down to that because that's a lot of money. Listen, Mr. Frenchman, this is Arsenal Football Club we're talking about. How much money do you think I have? We'll go for £80 million this time. Still lowballing quite a lot. Okay, they've accepted, right. The Lille representative is okay with £80 million. God, that's a lot of money. Right, we're gonna straight up delegate because I don't have any more money to be flinging around when it comes to bonuses and stuff. Okay, let's delegate and say we'll start the wage offer at 70. Don't go any higher than 100. And here is the news we were all hoping for. Nicolas Pepe has accepted a contract offer to join Arsenal. Squad role, crucial first team player, unsurprising 5-year contract length and 84k in wages, which is not bad, honestly, for an 85 rated player, half of what Mesut Ozil was on. So Nicolas Pepe joining William Saliba and Rodrigo Bentancur from last episode is going to be becoming an Arsenal player. Easily the biggest transfer of this window for ourselves. That might be a channel transfer record. I know those don't get kept very often. That may well be. Welcome Nicolas Pepe. He comes in and is immediately the third best player in the side behind only Lacazette and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Unbelievably pacey. 97 sprint speed, good stamina, 90 agility, attack position, composure, reactions and vision, all very high. Very much looking forward to using this guy. We need to give him a better number though than that. He can't be number 20. Or maybe he can, because there's no other better numbers available. Lucas Torreira, why do you have to be number 11? It makes no sense as a holding midfielder. This is how you no, he's a big signing. £80 million. He even gets a presentation at the Emirates. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, ladies and gentlemen, a lot is going on, right? We're on the day of the first game of this episode, but I've gotta tell you about this stuff. So first of all, Callum Chambers, definitely a player we're not gonna be using. Had a pretty dismal season at Fulham last year. I don't want him, is the fact of the matter. We've sold him to Brighton. We get £4.5 million for that. We've got a transfer offer for Matteo Guendouzi. That's gonna get rejected. Speaking of rejection, we went back in for Jean-Philippe Mateta, who was the backup striker we were trying to buy last time. We offered £15 million. They thought about it. They've rejected it, but they've given us 17.2. I will probably pay that in a second. However, the main pressing issue, I don't want you to adjust your sets. I don't want you to go and get a new prescription of reading glasses. We have got a bid from AC Milan of £67.2 million. The CEO reckons we could get 100 mil for Alex Iwobi, you know? Alex Iwobi, the man has got nothing in the final third, and we could fraud, what, 9 figures out of him. So it's time to go back in for Jean-Philippe Mateta of Mainz, the backup striker we were trying to sign last time. 79 overall, 22 years of age. Mainz put their demands down on the table. We've accepted those. It's £17.2 million. Right, okay, thankfully this time they've decided to put their wage demands down on the desk in front of me instead of making me guess it randomly. I'll counter and I'll try and remove the appearance bonus. You can have the signing bonus still. They now want 4k more in wages. Okay, that's cool. We'll do that. Jean-Philippe Mateta then is going to become our second transfer of this episode and our fourth of the window overall. That's William Saliba, Rodrigo Bentancur, Nicolas Pepe, and now Jean-Philippe Mateta to come in as a backup striker behind Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexander Lacazette. Hopefully, we'll get a decent amount of game time from him. He looks a very good player in terms of his core attributes. He won't be involved from the very start of the first game of today's episode as we face Newcastle. He is on the bench only. Alexander Lacazette leads the line with Aubameyang on the left and new boy Nicolas Pepe on the right-hand side. So it's the first game of the series at our stadium at the Emirates here today for this one. And I'm looking forward to seeing our new signing, Nicolas Pepe. Genuinely, I don't think I've ever been as excited for a signing as I am for him. I should be. This is definitely the most I've ever spent on a player on this game. It wasn't the most convincing of performances from ourselves against Aston Villa in game number 1. We created a lot of chances, but in front of goal, we were pretty diabolical, honestly. So I'm hoping for a bit more in terms of finishing ability, maybe from the new boy Nicolas Pepe as well. And here he is, his first touches on the ball as an Arsenal player. He's left a Newcastle player defender for dead. Ball in towards Lacazette, and it's just taken off his foot. I tell you what, if Lacazette gets on the end of that, that could have been an immediate assist for Nicolas Pepe. I'm testing Aubameyang again as a winger. I mentioned it last time, I didn't really like him there. A lot of comments were suggesting playing 2 up front, Aubameyang and Lacazette together, and I hear that, and I will probably do that if today's episode doesn't work as well. Just wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I've only done 1 game. Meanwhile, Nicolas Pepe has scored on his debut in less than 5 minutes. Given way too much space, the new boy has arrived on the scene in the best possible fashion. He's blasted it past Dubravka. I mean, Guendouzi had all the time in the world. Pepe did as well. The goalkeeper probably should have done better. I won't lie to you. Quality-wise, there's a lot left to be desired from a Newcastle perspective, but Nicolas Pepe is not going to care. What a way to announce yourself to the Emirates faithful. It is 1-0, and it is the Lille new boy, Nicolas Pepe, that has got his name on the score sheets already. You love to see it. Still on the attack here as Kolasinac puts one in. Nicolas Pepe going for the acrobatic attempt. I feel like we've got to capitalise on this period of just literally leaving Newcastle in their own half. They've been camped there. It might have been a great first 10 minutes as an Arsenal player for Nicolas Pepe, but he picked up an injury just now, which is a little bit concerning. 3 injuries in 2 games already, and we're only at the 20th minute of the second one, so we are really struggling. This is Nicolas Pepe, lovely turn back, puts the ball to the edge of the area here for Mkhitaryan, but the volley is wild. Not gonna lie to you lads, the temperature in my room is having a severe impact on my PC. I'm noticing a little bit of lag here and there. I do apologise. It was fine when this game first started, but the heat in here, I mean, it's still like, what, 25 degrees at whatever stupid time. I think I'm recording this at like 11 o'clock and it's still somehow such a stupidly high temperature. If you want to have any issues with anyone, have issues with Mother Nature. Meanwhile, this is Guendouzi, this is Mkhitaryan, this is Granit Xhaka, and that is an amazing save from Martin Dubravka. Ki Sung-young's done well to get away from Xhaka there. This is still Ki Sung-young. What a finish from the South Korean. Newcastle equalised spectacularly. I can't lie, we were very, very unlucky to not get the ball there with Xhaka. I put in a perfectly good challenge. It just sort of bounced off Ki Sung-young's shin, and then he had acres of space after that. Someone needed to come and close him down. There was the challenge. It was a good little challenge. I was saying this earlier. We needed to take advantage of that dominant spell we had for like the first half an hour of the game. We didn't, and now Newcastle have equalised against us. Over into Mkhitaryan, done well to work the space, and it's in the outside of the post. What an effort from him, and it took a deflection as well. Without deflection, that's probably going in. Nicolas Pepe is there. This is Nicolas Pepe. He'll cut back again, tries to put the ball in, then goes for the shot. Well saved by Dubravka. Aubameyang gives me a bit of an option down this left-hand side. Again, not sure how I feel about him being out on the wing. That's a good ball, though. It'll come to Lacazette, and he's put it in. It was a mistake from Dubravka. It's really well worked, to be fair, from Aubameyang, making the space. I was just saying, I don't rate him as a winger. He's basically created a goal there, skips away from a Newcastle player, puts the ball in. Dubravka needs to just get more weight on it. Our lead is restored in a bit of a haphazard fashion, I won't lie. It's not the nicest goal you'll ever see once again. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to swing it in. It's saved by Dubravka. It was Koscielny getting his head on it. Ball comes in, headed goalwards, and it's put goalwards by Alex Lacazette. That should be the end of the game. It is 3-1. It's a brace. Ball in from Aubameyang. It's going miles wide, but it just happens to go in the direction of Lacazette, whose reactions are unbelievable. That is it then, full time. It's a 3-1 victory to ourselves. Our first goal conceded in this save, but a pretty commanding victory overall. A debut goal, though, for Nicolas Pepe. A debut injury, though, for Nicolas Pepe. We'll have to see the extent of that one. He seems pretty okay now. Well, that's a lie. He's just started holding his shoulder. Never mind. It's no real shock that the man of the match was the man who scored the most goals. Alex Lacazette gets himself a 9.4, 8.5 for Aubameyang, and the same rating for Nicolas Pepe. Guendouzi as well, commanding in midfield. Oh my goodness gracious me. Spurs just beat Aston Villa 7-0. I didn't even know that was possible. Since when could you have 7 goals in a sim game? Thankfully for us, it's only a small injury for Nicolas Pepe on his debut. 5 days is the extent of it. I don't actually know what the injury even is, but now I won't lie to you, the next game is gonna be simmed. I don't know if I'd already mentioned this before, but there will have to be some sim games throughout the course of this series, like with how I did with the Liverpool series at the start of this game cycle. I'll try and do about 6 games per episode, 2 simmed ones and 4 played ones. Hope you guys are okay with that. We're away from home against newly promoted Sheffield United in this one. Socrates has given us the lead 21 minutes in. At a half-time break, it is 1-0, but Lacazette rights his wrongs from the first half by scoring a penalty in the 51st minute, and then doubles his tally and gets us a third. Granit Xhaka has picked up his 2nd injury of the season already, and it is game number 3. Thankfully for us, yet again, like all the injuries we've had so far, it's only a pretty short-term one. We've also agreed on a deal for Alex Iwobi of £70 million. Alex Iwobi is gonna leave for 70 mil. Nicolas Pepe's already decided that he's having issues with his role at the club. You've been here 2 games, son, and the only reason you didn't play the last one was because you were injured, alright? Grow up. And there you have it. Alex Iwobi has gone to AC Milan. £70.3 million. We have received, £64.5 million, and I'll show you what that has done to the transfer budget. It is an absolute madness. £137.9 million. We're rolling in the dosh. Just wanted to quickly clarify a few things. Quite a few people had suggested signing Kai Havertz. I would love to, but another big one is Dani Ceballos. Obviously, as I'm commentating this, Arsenal have now signed him on loan. The issue that I have is that you can't loan Dani Ceballos on this game. You approach to loan, it says the club isn't interested in loaning him, and even if you use the cheat engine, you can't make them accept a loan deal. You can only make them accept a transfer offer. Now, this one could be a very interesting signing. This is a little bit of a left field one because he can play in both the positions I'm looking for. Dusan Tadic of Ajax has had an unbelievable goal-scoring season. He's 30 years of age as an attacking midfielder. I don't expect him to go down by that much as only a 30-year-old. He might go down to 82. Overall, the overriding factor is it's going to make him a lot cheaper because he's 30 years of age. I mean, 83 overall is pretty damn high. That is better than Alex Iwobi, who we've just sold. Now, the good thing about Dusan Tadic, I alluded to it a moment ago, is that he can play as a number 10, which we need, and he can also play as a winger, which we need as a backup if required. It looks as if we're going to have to accept £28.6 million I don't think they're willing to budge. We could actually try and get Ceballos. I'm not being funny. I think we've still got one more player to sell as well. I think we're going to go ahead and accept that one for Dusan Tadic. I'm not going to negotiate. I'm going to delegate because we've got to try and save as much money here as is humanly possible. And finally, one more player that we're going to go in for before deadline day is Kieran Tierney of Celtic. I'm sure you guys saw this one coming. He's been linked heavily with a move from Celtic to North London during the course of this summer. Okay, they're really holding out for 28.8. I'm going to offer 26.5, 27.7. Okay, you know what? I'm fed up with this haggling. I'm just going to accept that one. The 22-year-old, 76 overall left back will hopefully be coming in for £27.7 million if he agrees personal terms. You'll have to wait and see how those deals end though, because we're now getting into the final game of today's episode, and it's a huge one. It's the North London derby at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We're putting out pretty much the strongest side we can. Pepe and Granit Xhaka have returned from their respective injuries. Lucas Torreira is also back. Spurs, going into this, are top of the table. 3 games, 3 wins, 0 losses, 9 plus 9 on goal difference, and 9 points accumulated. They have taken this season by storm so far. Heung-min Son has gone a long way towards helping Spurs with that, with 4 goals in his last 3 games, but it's a record match by Alexander Lacazette, also in good form. It's Tottenham versus Arsenal, and we're going out all guns blazing, ladies and gentlemen. Back to Heung-min Son again, though. Heung-min Son with the effort, and a great save from Bernd Leno. Early chance then from Tottenham. This is Florenzi, ball in, is towards Sissoko, great save again from Leno. Heung-min Son again, this is now the Harry Kane back towards Son, vital challenge though there from Socrates to get that one. This is now Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to the back stick, it's for Mkhitaryan, but the bicycle kick is into the side netting. Easily our best chance of the game, which probably says a lot about our performance so far. Ball through the centre here is for Alex Lacazette. This is a great chance at the end of the half. It's bouncing around, will it get put in? It has somehow got poked in. What an absolutely awful goal for Tottenham to concede. What on earth have I seen there? Oh, it's so unfortunate for Alderweireld, but just get it clear, man. Lloris hasn't got there either. It's an absolute calamity. Right on the verge of half-time. What a ridiculous goal to give away. What, honestly, that might be the worst goal of all time. We could maybe score a better one here, though, with Mkhitaryan saved by Hugo Lloris. And we can try a little counter-attack here. So many Tottenham players taken out of the game. Mkhitaryan now finds Alexander Lacazette, who will cut inside, cut back again. It's saved by Lloris. He's got to score there. Alexander Lacazette can play it back into Pepe here. This is yet another chance for ourselves, and again it is saved by Hugo Lloris, who right now is keeping Tottenham in this game. Eriksson puts that one in. That's dangerous. Dele Alli putting it back in, and what a save from Leno, reaching back over his head. 18 minutes to go till we win potentially our first North London derby. Hector Bellerin gets it clear at the near post. Nicolas Pepe might keep this from going out, and he does, acrobatically as well. And Bentancur finds Lacazette. Great stuff from him. This now is Torreira through the middle, is Aubameyang. What a counter-attack this is! Aubameyang makes it 2-0. What a counter from defence to attack. Absolutely brilliant. That might just win us the North London derby. We celebrate in front of the Tottenham fans. Torreira with the ball, cutting the Tottenham defence apart. Aubameyang composed, slots it past Lloris. And it looks like just a couple of minutes of additional time away from winning our first ever North London derby in our first North London derby. Dele Alli puts that into the middle for Harry Kane, and it might just be a late consolation goal for Spurs. Arsenal, we were just caught sleeping there. Dele Alli puts in the ball. Harry Kane's always going to win it in the air. Bernd Leno can't get there. The clean sheet evades us in this final game. I mean, it should be fine. That is literally going to be the final action of the game, or it should be if we just keep hold of the ball. There it is. It does end 2-1. A tiny little scare. Some heart palpitations at the end caused by a late Harry Kane goal. Do you know what? I'm loving his tears. I'm soaking them up. I'm enjoying them. I'm bathing in them. So it's a win in the North London derby to keep our 100% record going after the first 4 games of the season. Alexander Lacazette was man of the match once again, closely followed by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Lucas Torreira. Now, though, it is deadline day, and we've got some great news about one of the players we were going in for. Kieran Tierney has accepted a contract offer. We've agreed personal terms with the Celtic left back, a player obviously massively linked with Arsenal in real life during the course of this summer, and he is going to be joining the side. Kieran Tierney becomes our 5th signing, would you believe, of this window. That's Rodrigo Bentancur in on loan, Kieran Tierney now from Celtic, Jean-Philippe Mateta, Nicolas, Pepe, and also William Saliba. The final player we were hoping to hear back from was this man here, Dusan Tadic, and as you can see, he has also accepted a contract offer. The attacking midfielder, left winger, and striker from Serbia is going to be joining from Ajax. So I'm very, very happy to see him joining the side. He's going to be coming in. I can't actually remember what a transfer fee was. It was £28.6 million, which after the season he has had in the Eredivisie seems like a snip to me. There's confirmation of the signing of Dusan Tadic for £28.6 million. There he is with his number 8 shirt. It depends whether we bring in another attacking midfielder as to whether he really keeps that one, I feel. And speaking of which, I did say we were going to try and bring in another number 10. Obviously, Tadic is, I guess, kind of a replacement, but it's more actually of a backup winger, technically speaking. It really depends on what we can do in that number 10 department as to what actual position he plays. We have £77 million left in the transfer budget right now, but really we probably need that much in terms of wages. So it's more £73 million. You're going to have to wait till next episode to see what we do with it, because that is the end of today's video. Episode number 2 of this Arsenal career mode here. Will we try and bring in Danny Ceballos? Will we try and sign someone else? You're going to have to wait and see as to what our final signing of this window is going to be. But if you've enjoyed this video, slap a like on it and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It's the big red button under the video and it massively helps me out. You can also follow me on social media. It's at the official FNG on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.